The year 2013, and a man is on trial for murder. In this particular court case, he is on trial only for a handful of murders, even though there's reason to believe he is responsible for the death of hundreds, if not thousands, of human lives. The world was watching and waiting for the jury's verdict on this case. So, does Gosnell, the trial of America's biggest serial killer, paint an accurate portrayal of a high-profile legal drama, or is this big screen feature a small screen triumph? Let's talk about it in this review. In case you forgot or you were unaware, I'm going to give you just a really quick history lesson. Dr. Kermit Gosnell was a doctor in Philadelphia who performed legal and illegal abortions from 1972 all the way over until 2013, when he was found guilty of several charges, one of those being murder. At the time, abortion was legal. However, at a certain point, once enough time has passed during the pregnancy, any abortion that would take place past a certain cutoff point, that abortion would become illegal. Also, if a baby is actually born into this world and then killed, that's considered murder, which is still illegal. And that's how the butcher was brought to justice. He was found guilty of murdering babies that had been born, as well as several other illegal acts. And the movie does a pretty good job of handling such a sensitive topic without ever making the story feel like it's being sensationalized in any aspect. We get a glimpse into Dr. Gosnell's home, his clinic, his practice, his mindset, even his drug ring. In all, this film paints a really great picture of how sociopathic Dr. Gosnell was and possibly still is. We also get a very clear idea of how unsanitary his clinic was, as well as his home, because we get to journey through both with the local police department, the FBI, and the DEA. Some of the scenes were a bit graphic because we do actually get to find out and see that some body parts are being stored in jars, in bags, in little containers throughout the house and the clinic, as well as cats are running all over the place throughout all of this mess, eating the mice. In short, Dr. Gosnell's home and clinic were super gross and super dirty. Earl Billings plays Dr. Gosnell, and he delivers an absolutely chilling performance. He delivers his lines with confidence and calm and a smile, and as the movie goes on, we just see his character kind of floating through the story almost like a ghost. He appears soulless until those little moments where we see these little facial tics start happening on his face, as you can see him getting emotional inside, where he's trying to like hide back anger or try and hide back rage. Just overall, great performance. Some of the other actors in the film though were hit or miss for me. Some scenes were great performances, and then the very next scene it would feel like a made-for-TV movie. So there was this odd back and forth of, wow, they're really going for it, and then what just happened? Where did the performance from the previous scene go? For example, Dean Cain plays Detective James Woods, and in one scene, he's frustrated. He's in the homicide department. He's having a meeting. He's slamming his hand on the door. He goes, "I'm sorry, I thought I was in the homicide department." Great performance there. But then in another scene later on, he's kind of hamming it up as he's trying to be the bad cop. So there are moments like that that happen throughout the film with a couple of the other different actors that kind of made things feel unbalanced. And that could be due to the fact that Nick Searcy is a newer director according to his IMDb page. And to be fair, to his credit, we do get some really great performances from some of the other actors as well. For example, Serena Fiallo, Dominique Dion, Eleanor Threat, Paula Fairbrother, and more. And again, to the director's credit, the way that they handle such sensitive material in this film was admirable. In all honesty, I was nervous walking into the theater because I was expecting to have to kind of sit through some pretty gruesome scenes and things in those scenes, and I'm happy to report I didn't have any of that in this movie. They do, however, during the trial scenes when the lawyers are going back and forth, paint a very vivid verbal image of the process used for killing born and unborn babies. Surprisingly though, it worked. It felt appropriate for the scene that we were in with these lawyers, describing the legal process and everything like that to the jury. They never went for more than they had to really make it gross or anything like that. We understand the process, and we aren't buried beneath a lot of gross facts that would make soft stomachs turn. And for that, I was appreciative. Gosnell, the trial of America's biggest serial killer, is playing at your local movie theater right now. And if you enjoy movies that recreate real life events, and you can stomach some pretty gruesome and disturbing occurrences, I am going to recommend a big screen viewing of this film. We get some really strong performances from some of the actors, and unfortunately, like I said, we do get some of those made-for-TV moments as well. However, I didn't feel like this story ever decided to really get gross or to be over the top or campy. The story I felt was delivered with a serious tone, but still being respectful to the sensitive material that they wanted to cover. Plus, again, Earl Billings. He really brings the sauce as Dr. Kermit Gosnell from beginning to end. So, because of all of these reasons, Gosnell, the trial of America's biggest serial killer. Man, that's a long title. It's getting at least one high five from this guy. Gosnell, the trial of America's biggest serial killer, is playing at your local movie theater right now. Check it out.